everyone. This is Jim Duffy of Refining Fire Chiles, www.superhotchiles.com. So what you're looking at is my greenhouse. Yesterday, I shot a video of this, or when it goes up on YouTube, you'll see an earlier video. And I talked about the greenhouse and why I bought it and how much it cost and the details of it and how long it took to build and the mistakes we made by building it and why I have a greenhouse and on and on and on, and showed you some of my plants I kept alive that are now outside. And now I'm showing you the racks that I have in here. Now, these racks are pretty and they're not perfect, but they only have one purpose, and that is to hold trays of baby plants, 288 cell baby plant trays, and trays of potted up nursery stock, which is 36 per tray. Okay. Over here, you can see those trays. All right. That's the trays that hold 36 potted plants. And that's the size pots I use, which I buy from Greenhouse Megastore in bulk. And those pots are 2.5 by 2.5 wide by 3-inch deep. And they're very affordable. They're like 800 pots for like about $64 plus shipping. And I have a whole bunch of them already, just in case nursery sales go crazy and they run out of stock. I'm already stocked for the year. Okay. So the purpose of the racks is to hold the trays of 36 potted plants or the 288 cell germination trays, the developing baby plants. That's all they're for. Okay. So I had these metal racks built. I already had some made for my friend in California who passed away a few years ago. My friend Steve Gibson, really wonderful guy, really good husband, good father, good man. Went to my church, miss him so much. And so I had these made at Fabco in Cave Spring, Georgia. And I had 12 of these made. So there's 3 levels. 12 of these made, and they made them out of heavier tubing steel. So they made out of tubing steel, see? And they made them, 12 of them for me. And they gave me a good deal, because you know what? A welding shop that makes stuff out of metal charges a pretty high labor rate. So they made these for me all together, $876 with tax and everything. And they'll be around until I die. I mean, as long as I want to do the business, they'll be around. I don't need to do anything, buy anything more. Now, I have put 2x4s on them, and because I'm trying to get as much in the greenhouse as possible, because just in case we get a little cold snap where it dips below 40 degrees at night, and I don't want to have my baby seedlings outside at nighttime. So I made it so I can get them all in here, plus the beginning of my nursery stock transplants, which we'll start doing in a week or so. So I have 12-foot 2x4s of treated wood, and then in this middle rack, I just overlapped with 8-foot 2x4s. Now, again, this doesn't look pretty, but all they are is stuff to hold the trays of plants. That's it. Have them out of the way, so I have more room in the greenhouse. That's all they're for. They're not for anything else. And you know what? At the end of the season, if I want to bring plants in here to get some more peppers off of them when the weather gets cold, which I did last year, I could just take the 2x4s down, stack them up, and take the metal racks and put them in a corner. And then I've got all my room back to bring stuff in here during the wintertime to continue growing if I want to continue growing something. Okay? I'm going to try to avoid doing more of that. I really don't want to be taking care of plants during the winter, but if it's something I really, really need more seed from, I'll drag it in here. And of course, my citrus trees, my lemon, my lime, and my orange, and my, I'm having Australian finger limes delivered here any day now. They're all going to have to come in here during the winter. They can't be outside in 30 degree, 20 something degree nights. They'll die. So they'll have to come in here. But I may buy a smaller version of this greenhouse. This is the 32-footer. I may buy like a 12-footer and put it in my backyard somewhere. I'm trying not to take away more real estate from my dogs. I want my dogs to have a lot of room to run around and play around and exercise and poop and pee and whatever they want to do. And so I'm trying not to put too much stuff in my backyard. because that's taking away from my dogs, and I love my dogs. I want them to have a nice yard. But I might get like a 10 by 12 greenhouse made by the same company, and that will be where I put all my citrus and fruit trees for the winter, and just put a small heater in there. I won't need a big heater. Just put a small heater in there when it gets cold at nights. And then in here, I'll drag in some chili plants. And then by the end of February, I'll pull everything out and start getting ready for the season, because I started too late getting this greenhouse cleaned up. I started way, way too late. I should have been moving stuff in here beginning of March. Even though it was still cold at nights, I have heaters. I've got propane heaters. I've got electric heaters. I have heaters. The stuff would not have died. But I kept stuff alive in here so I could just get more ripe peppers, so I get every little bit of ripe peppers. Next year, I'm not doing that, folks. Nope, nope, nope. Not doing it. Nope. I'm going to go like end of February. All right, plants, you're going outside. And if you die, because it gets too cold, you die. Because I need to get the greenhouse ready for my babies. Okay. Those of you that are following me on this channel and following me on Facebook, I have some bad news. Hold on a second. So here's the bad news. Okay. It kills me every year to throw away a bunch of plants at the end of the year. And you know why I do that? Because I carry too many varieties, and some varieties are not moving out. I know some of you want them, but when I'm not even selling a full tray of 36 plants, it's not worth my time to grow it for nursery sales. It's not worth my time. So anything that I sold below 36 plants of last year is not being sold this year. It's not. It's gone. To give you an idea how much we've downsized, in California, the maximum varieties of plants I sold on my website was 130 varieties. Last year, for 2022, I sold 95 varieties. Okay? This year, it's going to be about 58 varieties. And of course, those of you who are customers that come visit me personally, you get to have some of my extra seed stock plants that are not available on the website. That's the benefit of coming to visit me. Plus, you get free salsa if I made free salsa. But I'll be down to about 58 varieties of plants. And next year, this is the bad news, folks. So you all better start learning how to grow some stuff for seed and investing on learning. I mean, I know when you start growing from seed, a lot of you have a hard time and a lot of you fail and get disappointed, but you're just going to have to work harder at it, because I know other people who are selling plants are cutting down or going out of business. Yes, I do, and I'm not going to mention them. They are cutting down and going out of business, or they're only going to have a limited amount of each variety. So if you don't get your pre-orders in, if they do allow pre-orders, they're going to be gone. Okay? And you're not going to have a place to get plants unless you go to Home Depot and get just Reapers, Ghosts, Habaneros, Bells, Jalapenos, whatever they carry at local large nurseries or Home Depots or Lowe's. That's going to be your only choice. You're not going to have a large selection here in the future from other people or from me. So next year, my plan is to cut down to about 40 varieties. So I will be able to better manage my nursery stock. Now, I'm going to have a lot more of each one of those 40 varieties, so I don't sell out fast. Okay? But I'm gonna just have sure winners like Scotch Bonnet, Fatale, Chocolate Habanero, Reaper, Red Buchalokia, Habanada. Those are some of the, and some couple of jalapeno types. Those are some of the ones that will be here next year. Okay, the rest are going bye-bye. So I'm just letting y'all know. I'm gonna probably have, the plan is I'm probably gonna have like 2 types of red super hots, and Reaper will be one of them. 2 types of yellow, maybe 1 mustard type, maybe 2 chocolate types. Then I'll have some habanero types, probably 6 or 8 types of those. Then I'll have some heirlooms, and then I'll have some mild peppers and some sweet peppers. And I'm only going to keep the top sellers, people. That's all I'm going to have. And if you all get mad at me for that, or you don't like me for that, hey, it's okay. You can go buy somewhere else that has them, because I'm not in competition with somebody to have the most variety of plants, and I am not going to wear myself out and throw away hundreds or even thousands of plants at the end of the season. No, I want to have most of my stock sold out. I don't like throwing away plants. And a lot of you have said, like, well, you shouldn't do that. Or, okay, well, I'm going in that direction. I'm going to have less varieties this year, about 58, maybe 60. And then next year, it's going to probably be 40. And then it'll always stay at 40. And if something starts to get slow, I'll pull it out and put some new stuff in. And that's kind of the plan going down the future, okay, for the next few years, all right? But there might even be a year I don't even sell plants at all. That might happen. Not this year or next year, because I have plenty of packing materials and supplies to ship plants. So I'm not going to throw that away. I'm going to use it up, and then I'll make a decision if I want to keep going. So that's a year or two down the road, so we don't need to talk about that. The other thing, which is going to make some of you not happy, remember I used to do a whole bunch of those baby plants, and I'd had so many of them that I did Facebook specials so you guys could save money. You notice last year I only did a limited amount of those. Usually I do like 30 specials, starting in May, ending in like July. Well, last year I did like about half that volume of Facebook specials. And there may be some this year, but probably not. So if you're going to buy plants, it's going to be from my website or nothing at all, because I'm not going to bother with that Facebook special stuff. It's very painstakingly a lot of labor. I have to manually do all the orders, manually print all the orders. It takes a lot of my time for only a few bucks profit. And as a business, I'm just not going to waste my time on it. Now, if I happen to not sell a lot of the baby plants and I have a bunch left over, maybe there'll be 1 or 2 or maybe 10 Facebook specials. They're going to be really fast specials. It's like 10 people are going to get to buy that special, and then it's done. There ain't going to be no 30 or 40 anymore. So, hey, yeah, we are cutting back. And it's because I want more time for myself and my family. I want to go visit my daughter in Florida and see my granddaughters. I want to go out to some music shows. I want to learn how to fish the local waters. I haven't been fishing yet since I moved here. And there's good fishing around here. And maybe do some shooting and hunting. And, there's some things I want to do. And I can't do it if I sell 100 varieties of chili plants every year. And I can't do it if my seed catalog is 450 to 500 varieties a year. I can't do it. So also expect the seed catalog to lose about 100 varieties. Right now we're at 447 or 448. It would be a little over 450 if I had some of the stuff in stock, but I failed that last year and I didn't get enough seed. But expect that to drop below 400 for sure, and probably to 350 varieties. Again, if there's other seed sellers out there that are smaller than me, and they're at a race to have more varieties than Jim Duffy, then give them your business. I won't be offended, because I don't want to work. I don't want to have this much work anymore. I still want to serve the community. I still want to educate the community. I still want to be able to make good seeds and plants available, but I am not going to throw away tons of plants, hopefully, anymore. And I'm not going to have a seed variety that I sell maybe 1 pack every 3 months. That is finished. That is over with. That is over with, and I want to just have a lot more fresher, newer plants and seed of the top sellers. I don't want to run out of top sellers. And that happens sometimes. And that's stupid. Why should I run out of top sellers when they sell good and everybody loves them? So I want to have more inventory of the top sellers, whether that be plants or seeds. That's the plan. So I may sell just as much stuff, but it'll be more of the popular stuff, and bye-bye to the stuff that's not been around a long time. That takes forever to sell, or doesn't sell often. So that's the news. And so you're not going to be had with it. Like, oh man, I like you having so many varieties. Well, you know what? You like having so many varieties, then grow them for seed, and then save the seeds every year, because a lot of stuff's going away. We are going to be more efficient here, refining fire chilies. We are going to carry more of the favorites and the top sellers. We don't want to run out of those. And we want to have more time off. Can you fault me for that? You can't. You guys get your time off. On weekends when you're doing things, I'm working. On nights when you go to bed at 10 o'clock, I'm up to 2 a.m. And this needs to slow down a bit. But you never know. Maybe I find some beautiful chili-head woman who wants to marry me and loves the business, and she wants to go gung-ho on it. And I'll be like, fine, woman, come out here and keep it going, and let me know when you need help. I'll be in here watching the college football games. All right, y'all. Take care. This is Jim Duffy of Refining Fire Chilies. www.superhotchilies.com.